Hi and welcome to Dressage and Lightness Online. I'm Leanne Williams. Today we're out here for our second day with Fordson, so we're a bit different today. Yesterday we were in the indoor, today we've brought him out into the outdoor. He is familiar with all parts of Avoca Park, so that makes our job much easier from the beginning. So Fordy's a Clydesdale cross and he's a regular client of Avoca Park, and his owner sends him here a couple of times a year just so that we can work on some of the things that she is not quite able to do with him. And he knows he's got some little bit of conformational issues that create some bad habits, and we talked about yesterday. Much better today. You can see yesterday he came out quite contracted through here. And you can see he's much looser, so it's really important to us that we see, you know, this relaxation through this brachiocephalic muscle, and so then we can switch on the muscles on the top part of his neck. Good, so I'm going to start off with the same thing that we did yesterday, some stretching. Now this is already much easier, but you can see that his right leg came forward with the stretch. Good, and we're going to rebalance, and I'm going to ask for the stretch again, but I want to get his front legs as steady, as even as possible. Yeah, there we go, before I go for the stretch. Now you can see straight away that stretch is coming much easier than it did yesterday, and that's all we need to see from day to day. And then we can move forward. At least the next day they come out and we've got, oops, you can see how he contracted his neck then, and then he just pushed his chest forward to walk on. I went, there it goes again. We don't want that contraction, because if he's contracting these muscles here, he won't be using these muscles out of the wither. And they're the carrying muscles. The carrying muscles are the ones that are the furthest point away from the head and neck. So the shorter the neck, the less opportunity you've got to activate those muscles. So we'll just keep reminding him that the stretch is important. I'm going to even those legs up again, that the stretch is important. Yes, good boy. Good boy. There you go. And then we're going to go for the right bend. That was a really good breath then, so I'm wanting him to breathe out nice and deep. Good. Very good. Lift up. I don't want to see any head tilt here at all. Good. Good. Very good. And we're going to come around to the left. Excellent. Now he has a little bit, it's a bit braced on this left side. Yeah, there's the lift. So I want him to lift. There's the nice telescoping of the neck. We've lost the front legs, so I'm going to bring him back straight again and rebalance him. There you go. So that was a really light touch here. Rebalance him, good. And then we're going for the left bend again with the lift. Good, and the bend and the lift, good. And the bend and the stretch. So we lift to switch on the muscles. Now you can see that stretch. Oops, he was just going to show you here, was a little bit contracted through there, and then I dropped the rein. Good, and we're going to ask again, and if they move, I don't get too concerned about the moving of the legs, I just follow him. As long as I can see the muscles working, and what I'm looking for here, you can't really see from that outside. You can see the stretch from the outside, but you can really see the muscles switching on this way. But you can see how it's starting to square him up. Once again, this horse, as you let go of his muscles and his mind, he's a gelding, and you can see quite obviously that he lets down. Good, don't be concerned about that. A lot of the geldings do. Good, good, and I want to see him be able to come up, and that head and neck be independent. That's lovely, independent of his body. Super. Quietly bring him around, because this is going to be our half pass zigzag, being able to switch from one bend to the other without it having an impact on the balance through the shoulders. Good. He's a left bend horse, so this bend's a little trickier. Come up, and you can see here, this is the muscles that we're looking for. You can see this group of muscles really start to switch on, and we let go through here. This is what we're looking for in the bend, that I can lift up, there they come, switch them on, then stretch them back out again. Good, then I get access to the whole length of his body, and you can see lovely, lovely muscle working. So now we're going to ask him to walk on. That right shoulder. So if you reflect on yesterday, you'll remember that we had a little bit of an issue with the walking. Good, and him not falling on this right shoulder. That's right. That's a boy. So we just quietly do some work with that again today. Good, very good. Yeah, very good. And bring him forward. Fabulous. Fabulous. Good. He's stepping with his left hind leg a little bit outside the left front leg, so I would like to really see that left hind leg. So what we're going to do, which will help that situation, is take him to the wall and walk him around the arena with the wall beside him, and that'll help keep that left hip a little straighter. I wouldn't like him to be straight through the neck. Good. This horse, when you ride him, is like a bit of a zigzag. He has his head one way, his shoulder the other way, his rib cage the other way, his hip the other way. So one of the great things about working in hand here is that we can start to organise his body a little bit. Good. Good. Just missed the manure. Good. And let down. Well done. Good, rebalance. Ho, ho, ho. And steady. So what I'm looking for when I talk about the rebalance, if I feel him push my right arm past my torso, I know he's losing his balance forward. Good. Good. And now he's pushing me again. You see my right elbow come back. So I say, Good. Then we lengthen the neck back down again. Good. Very good. And then we stop. Then we rebalance. Good. Then we lengthen the neck back down again. Well done. Oops, then he's pushing me. So we don't want that push. You'll be able to see right at the moment how straight he is. Good. I always do these exercises walking backwards, then I absolutely get to see where his body is. Oh, there he's pushing me. We don't want pushing. You just have to be careful when you're walking backwards that you don't walk backwards into a fence. Or when the cavalettis have been in, we've actually tripped over the cavalettis occasionally. Get too focused on the work that we're doing. Good. Be aware of where the corner is. Well done. And the steady and the rebalance. Good. Let the neck down. Well done. And he's pushing my right arm again. He's not to push. You can see when he pushes, this all gets very contracted. He pushes and he pulls the chin in. We don't want that. We want this to stay relaxed. No pulling, push. Yeah, now he's getting cross at me because I'm saying come forward, but don't pull your neck in. Good. Keep the neck open, the gullet open. Walk with your legs. Good. Keep the gullet open. Good. Very good. Walk with your legs. So the other thing I'm looking for, I'll do a stop and show you, is under here. We're looking for a 90-degree angle. So if you made an angle with your hands, you want it to be base of the neck here, bottom of the neck, that angle, that line there with the bottom of the chin, 90 degrees. If it's too open, so you can see if it goes too open, that's inverting. You can see how hollow it is back. And if you pole flex, you have the wrong group of muscles working here. We don't have them here. And that will also be blocking the back once you start to override them forward. So come forward. Good. So if we keep an eye on that 90 degrees, it makes the perfect positioning, skeletal positioning for the bascule. Come forward. Good boy. Good boy. You're just looking at something now. You can see he's shortened his neck up. And I'm saying, stay with me. There's the length. Relaxation through the base of the neck. Good. Good. Do a half circle here. I love this relaxation. Now I've got the outside hind. That left hind is coming into the footprint of the left front. Very good. And steady. Good. And let down. Good, and come forward. Well done, mate. Good, now he's pushing the left hand, so I'm going to stop. That's just him pushing through this area here, the sternum. Bracing through here so that let down without tension. Then walk off without having an impact on his head and neck. So we're just engaging the core muscles, flexion of the pelvis. We're going to get him, he's pushing me. Good halt. There's the looseness. And in the end, we'll get that neck pole to come up, but it won't be with pole flexion. The excess of pole flexion doesn't allow the pelvis to come through. So we have a saying here that is pelvis flexion before pole flexion. So we get him to, it's to stay balanced. Good, and on the up a little bit again, good boy. Very good boy. Now he's lost the shoulder, you'll be able to see that from behind. So I can give him a little touch on that right shoulder, so stay straight. Good, I'm looking for the right hind to step into the footprint of the right front. Good. Very good. So now he hasn't lost his balance at all, and this is when I start to think in my mind we're getting ready to be able to lunge. So, it's lunging in the balanced position that's going to be beneficial to us. Super. Super. I'm holding him really light. The clip just sits in the palm of. There's no strength in that at all. When he pushes, I use my body, stand up straight, rebalance, let him down, come forward. Good. And again, I'm going to use my body, stand up straight, rebalance. Good, let him down. Good. Stand up straight. Rebalance, let him down. Good, rebalance. As soon as he pushes, I want that nice neck where I can see all the muscles working evenly. I don't want to see these ones just working. I need to see the whole neck telescoping out, and so as soon as he uses incorrectly there, you can see he flexed his pole when he walked off. No, I know. And he's familiar with that. His mind is familiar with that. So in his mind, it's all a little bit tricky why you would want to do it any other way. But you'd want to do it other ways because we can make him, teach him how to operate his body more beautifully. And the hard thing about this whole training of horses is it's of no concern to the horses whether they operate their bodies more beautifully. It's only a concern to us. So what we've tried to do is develop a system that's exceptionally respectful and fair. And by understanding how the equine body works, we're not taking them out of the capacity of their ability to do it. Good. Very good. Oops, rebalance. And walk on. And again, rebalance. Yeah, he's just pushing a little bit and walk on. Good. So I'm just watching that uses all his neck, and he's going to get tired, that he uses all his neck muscles evenly. Now, this is better. You'll see the corner. There's no group of muscles working more. Right. That's, oops, in the manure. That's great. Good, and the forward. Good. So now he's starting to brace through here again. So let's let down. Good. Even muscles, even use of the muscles. Good, nice and light. In my hand at the clip, I always hold this hand right at the clip so I can have the most amount of connection, the least amount of impact, the least amount of strength is necessary. If you hold down here, you'll inevitably end up pulling backwards. You can see how that brings bend in, and then you'll end up jerking on it. It's not about jerking on it, it's about control. It's about showing them how to control their bodies, and it's about us being very controlled with our bodies. This is excellent. Good. I'm very happy with this session for him today. We're going to go around one last time. To the left. Good. And you know, a lot of this initial work is just repetition. Over and over, showing him how to make the correct steps over and over. Good boy. Good, even neck and straight. Good, even neck. Good, and let down. Even neck. Good boy. So what things I'm looking for, I just say over and over. Good. No bracing. No bracing. Good boy. No break. Excellent. Very good. Love balanced. Really rhythmic. Good. Good. Good balance, and then down. Well done. You can see how to do that little lift to switch on these muscles up here. Little lift. Don't pull down, mate. That's it. The pulling down comes from brachiocephalic muscle. He's not to pull down. That means he's using his shoulders. What I want. But it also tells me that he's getting tired. So it goes back to the muscles that he's stronger. Well done. Bring him over here. I want him to come in and hold straight. Good. And we're going to stop with a bit of balance, a bit more balance than that. Well done. We'll ask him to let down. Excellent. So that's Fordson's second session here. Tomorrow we'll move on to the lunging work and then on to the cavaletti work, and then progressing if everything goes to plan and he stays staying this relaxed and this balanced and this happy in his work into the ridden work. So we'll see you again tomorrow. Bye.